Breaking news, breaking news, breaking news. Check it out. Ja Rule gets caught on a plane sitting in front of Tony Yayo and Uncle Murda, 50's men. Now, check. When they get caught sitting up on the plane, they wind up getting into it. They get in a little argument, whatever. Ja Rule gets up, throws a pillow, flexes, let them know what time it is. We're going to show you the video for all this, and I'm going to break it down to what happened and what could have happened and what should happen, meaning they need to just calm down because they're getting too much bag for this bull crap. All right? If you're not subscribed, subscribe. Let's keep it moving. All right?
Keep it going, 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 keep it going. Mecca what? Mecca audio, Mecca what? Mecca audio, Mecca what? Mecca audio, Mecca what? Mecca audio. I like the way it's going down.
All right, you know what it is. Unique Mecca audio, man. We in the house. This is what's going on, so you fully understand. Ja Rule is sitting there. That's who we seen sitting in the plane coming back from the Super Bowl. Now he's sitting there, he's minding his business, but this stems from the beef that never died and may never die if we know 50 Cent well enough. History don't expire just because years pass. So because years pass don't mean that the beef is going to die. So be careful the beefs you pick today. This goes back to day one, 50 Cent and Ja Rule. Records, interviews, streets, too much blood on the ink for them to even go back right now and trying to clean it up is how they're looking at it, obviously. Time passed, money's been made, but pride stayed loaded. Old beef plus cameras equals new problems. So I'm going to let you see what happened with this is what 50 Cent posted this morning. I woke up and this is what I seen. Let's get to that.
Ass Ja Rule on the plane. Suck ass up, you fucking sucker. Suck ass Ja Rule on the plane. Suck ass up, you fucking sucker.
Now, that's what I woke up to this morning, right? I couldn't believe what I was seeing, right? Tony Yayo and them was in the joint and they was actually going at it with Ja Rule. So I said, oh man, but where's the rest of the tape? So I get up and I look at a couple of videos on YouTube, then I get back to it, and then I see Bullets Gotti. Big shout out to Bullets Gotti. Follow Bullets Gotti. Bullets Gotti posted, when Ja Rule stood up to them, So now the plane incident, right? Wrong place, wrong energy. That's the bottom line. G Unit members, Tony Yayo and Uncle Murda, they ran into Ja Rule on a public flight, right? In a tight space, nowhere to walk away, phones come out and pressure goes up, right? Words turn sharp, respect gets tested. So now we're going to see who's the bigger man and what are we going to do? We've been beefing for years. So now where we at with that? Now we're going to show where we at with that. This is how Ja Rule responded, but we didn't see this when, it first came out. All right, let's get him.
Crazy.
Let's shake.
Pop off, man.
Let's shake. Let's shake. Let's shake.
Crazy.
Let's shake.
Pop off, man.
Let's shake. Let's shake. Let's shake.
Crazy.
Let's shake.
Pop off, man.
As you see, Ja Rule asking them what they doing and tell them, let's pop off, let's shake. Because that's how it goes in the street. Now, I could have got ugly because they was in an airplane. Let's get that phrase, right? The first clip, it showed Ja Rule, getting corned. This is how social media work. I'm looking like, man, they punking old Ja Rule. You know what I mean? But he did turn around and called him something suck ass. Wow. Now, the second clip showed Ja Rule standing up, ready to fight. And, there's a joint where, Tony Yayo holding up a pillow saying Ja Rule threw it at him, but, the energy, wasn't soft, right? So bottom line now, Tony Yayo turns around and he shows the pillow. I'm laughing. Oh, yeah, big shout out to their podcast. I ain't even going to front. I've been watching their podcast. I watched the whole thing, and I don't normally sit down and watch a whole joint. You know what I mean? I like the way they was like Cisco and Herbert, if y'all know about y'all young, but, this way like the odd couple. They going at it, but they got love for each other. They even chose to live together. That was an odd couple, just like they working together, and they doing a great job. But now, Ja Rule posted a joint that on his page saying that he threw the pillow at Tony Yayo because he was soft. Now, we all know Yayo ain't soft, but you know, that's where the ego kick in at. So that's why Ja Rule threw that in there, knowing that Yayo ain't soft. But anyway, so, you know, as you see, Ja Rule stepped up, he was ready to pop off, right? Now, the street code violation, right? Let's talk about that. Plains ain't the block. Plains is federal run, and that means you go to prison, right? There's no exits at 30,000 feet in the sky, right? Civilians around, kids, elderlies, families. Federal charges don't care about rap history and who's a bigger rapper and how old the beef is. Pride don't post bail, because you better believe they're going to bang you out. It was just a pillow. That's what a lot of people would say, right? That's how it always starts. It's something simple. Today it's a pillow, tomorrow it's hands, next time it's blade. After that, you know, it's firearms, funeral, and life sentences, and life changing for families. And that's what we're trying to prevent here and avoid over at Unique Mecca Audio. The alternative endings, right? Let's talk about the scenarios that nobody wants, right? Air marshals step in, everybody arrested, somebody reaches, right? Wrong move, instant tragedy, plane diverted, you know, national headlines, career stained, one reaction away from irresistible damage that could be life-changing. Let's take a ride. I was in a prison, I met a dude, he said, man, you know, I'm doing a life sentence. I said, damn, what happened? You know, he said, nah, it wasn't nothing. It was just, you know, split-second decision. I said, so you here for a split-second decision? He said, yeah, you know, I was out and, you know, dude got up in my face and I just pulled the gun out and shot him. I said, what? You know? I said, so you locked up for a split second? He said, yeah, man, I come to terms with it. And I know I never get that back, so all I could do is move forward. I had to respect him after that, right? But what we're gonna do now is we're gonna ride back. Now, the OG message to both sides, right? This is mentorship, not disrespect, and it's not meant for any form of disrespect. Y'all legends, act like it. You're all legends, man. Act like it. Ja Rule's in history, 50 Cent in history, Yayo in history, and Uncle Murda. They're all a part of history right now. Wins don't come from replaying losses. The streets already took enough from all of us. It took 26 years of my life from me. Growth is walking away when you can still walk. That's growth. The internet is not real life. Views fade and charges don't. Because once they charge you, that's it. Likes won't visit you on the inside. All them people liking you and liking your posts and liking how you standing up, you know, they're not going to visit you on the inside. Comments won't, you know, pay your lawyers, because your lawyers want cash. You don't want comments, right? Viral moments age bad in court. Remember that. Viral moments age bad in court, right? Survival beats entertainment every time. Survive, young brothers, and stop entertaining this. I'm not going to front. I enjoyed watching this, but then in the next breath at 62 years old watching it, I'm like, man, come on, what is our young brothers out there doing? And they got the bag already. I'm trying to get the bag after losing 26 years. Y'all got the bag, and y'all trying to go do 26 years while I left off at. You think them people going to play on the plane? What if a blade would have came out? What if a riot would have started because somebody tried to break it up or whatever, if they started fighting and then stewardess coming, somebody feel the stewardess hit them and they start swinging, and before you know it, the whole plane in the uproar. And God forbid it goes down, right? The unique Mecca principle, right? Let me give you the principle right there. Prevention over performance. Prevention over performance. We don't glorify crashes, you know, and crashing out. We expose how fast it happens. We tell the youth the truth, raw and responsible. Prison is realer than pride. You can't get out of prison, but you can get out your pride. When you know how hard it was for me to get, it was so easy to get in trouble and so hard to get out, right? Let me ask y'all the final jewel in this, right? Old beef is heavy baggage. We know that, right? Don't carry it on flights. Respect don't need an audience. Walking away is not weakness, it's wisdom. What looks like entertainment can turn deadly in seconds. That's what I want y'all to really understand, and don't take this thing for a joke, because they've been beefing for years and we all know that all this is senseless, but we enjoy watching it because we like to be entertained. Am I right or wrong? We like to be entertained, so we watch this, right? But now what I'm trying to show you is, let me ask you a few questions. I'm not going to be on here long. I just want to ask a couple of questions, right? If nobody threw the first punch, just who actually crossed the line? If no one threw the first punch, who actually crossed the line in this situation? Is filming a confrontation a form of provocation or protection? You think he could have been provoking them, or you could have think he was protecting himself by having the footage? At what point does old beef become self-sabotage? That's a good one that y'all definitely need to answer. At what time do old beefs become self-sabotage? Does walking away look weak, or does reacting look reckless? Put it in the comments. Don't just take these comments for nothing. This is something to think about and talk about. Would this situation be viewed differently without cameras involved? We know the narrative would have been different, you know? Should legends be held to a higher standard or the same one? Should these legends be held to a higher standard or the same one? If this went left, would fans still call it entertainment? Or would they just call them some dumb triggers and say, oh man, they crashed out, right? And you think, how many of these fans, how many of y'all watching them that love this and y'all pick sides already, know what side you on? How many of y'all is gonna visit the ones that you're picking sides for? Or even write a letter? You know, does the internet escalate conflicts more than the streets now? That's a good one. I feel that the internet, you know what I mean, definitely escalate conflicts more than on the streets before the internet. Who really wins when moments like this go viral? Who do you think really wins when moments like this go viral? And another thing that I want to talk to y'all about is them carrying on like this, man, in a federal airport with TSA and everything going on right now. It don't matter how much money you got when them people decide to grab you. This thing could go left so fast, so fast. And when I say left, I mean deadly. And that's what we're trying to prevent over here at Unique Mecca Audio. Y'all get yourself together, man, and tighten up. I know everybody got a beef with somebody, but you know, we don't need to throw it all on the internet. Of course, we love it for the content. But then after that, when we sit back, we think about it, we say, man, our people look crazy. This is just all of us against each other. Somebody, you know what? I challenge y'all. Somebody give me a link and show me where another race is doing what we're doing. Post in a comment or let me put the phone number up there. You can send it, text me any link where you see other races carrying on like this or other cultures carrying on like this on YouTube. I'm not saying it don't exist. I'm just saying I haven't seen it. It haven't came across my feed. If it came across your feed, please send it to me so I can see this, because this is a sad day after being gone 26 years to come home to see, you know, our elders and the generations after them all doing so affluent and doing great. And they found a lane. I had to come out and create this YouTube lane. They was raised in the rap lane because all they did was talk about the stuff that, you know, we did to wind up in jail for the rest of our lives. And now we're out here and we trying to rebuild, and y'all already legends and moguls, and you carrying on like this, do you know how you look not only to us, because you say, man, he's just a wash-up drug dealer, but do you know how you look to the world right now? When all they see in America, you know, as far as chaotic drama is against, somebody let me know, man. Been on here long enough. Make sure you subscribe to my daughter's YouTube channel at Juanita Mecca Audio, my man Real Boss TTTV, and Unique Mecca Audio Prison Story at Mecca Audio TV. I'm out of here.
Cheers, cheers, the crime, the crime, the crime, the crime, the crime.
Fresh out the can of 26, he back on the strip, getting back in the mix. What he mentions a gift. You stand up 10 toes down, and I suggest you pay attention to this. Take a little gully posse and put it in Harlem. He cut from the bottom, came up from the bottom. Drop the book, you should go and get it. The Instagram page and the YouTube, you could go and visit. Then you could consider yourself LinkedIn. Sit front row and get Jews from a kingpin. How he went through it, so you ain't gotta go do it. To not pay attention would be stupid. Talking about a man that probably put your grandfather on. Probably the reason that him and your grams got along. A man that generated millions on the block, did his time, never squilling to the cops, Mecca Audio.
Mecca what? Mecca Audio, Mecca what? Mecca Audio, Mecca what? Mecca Audio, Mecca what? Mecca Audio. We gon' do it like we gon' do it like we keep it moving like we gotta do it like
Get it live like 2 G's in the 90s. Drop top beamer so shiny. I let shorty go, she was whining. Treat her like my past, she behind me. Spend a couple bands on the Dapper Dan. You be back again, getting green like a Packers fan. No cap, it's a roaring uptown. They be whoring uptown, Dominican bust downs. Now we on the positive, we got a lot to give. Now he trying to stop the kids from being inoperative. So take heed, homie, lend a ear. He started in uptown, he gon' finish there. But now it ain't about selling drugs, buying cars. It's about buying property to make the community ours. So we can give